All right, welcome back. Today I got a unboxing slash put it on the bike video. Got a box from Old Lowbrow Customs. You can always tell from the tape on the top of the old box. Previous video, check it out up here. I've been having a heck of a time trying to put floorboards on. So I scrapped it. Getting all the brackets and things turned out to be a total nightmare and very expensive. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. What I did is I said, screw it, I just bought a brand new set. So here it is. I had to get the new age fancy billet kind. Hopefully it's right. They always crush it with all the paper. I also bought a very long brake line so I can make it all the way to the back brake. More stickers. All right, here we go. New forwards. Freaking package is sweet. Here they are. Honestly, I'm hyped. I thought they were going to be in 400 pieces. They got, I don't know what you would call this, but they got numbers for every piece, which is awesome in case they break or bend or something. Not very much hardware, which I didn't expect, but here they are. Here's the brake side. Pretty sweet. It's actually pretty nice. My lever side, I'll probably have to adjust. Yeah, cool. Super thick. But all the brackets I was getting were really thick. So I'm gonna have to get some new hardware, which is fine. And then here's these pegs, which this is another thing I really didn't want to run, was whatever peg style they had. I really want to put these Andersons on there. Guys, let's get these bad boys on there. All right, let's go to the shifter side. I bought a bunch of hardware. If you don't know, Tractor Supply is the shit. You can just get hardware by the pound. And you don't have to worry about it. At Ace, it's like $3, $2 a freaking bolt, plus $1.50 a washer. It'll start hemorrhaging quick, but for all this, I paid like £1, 8 something. So I just started throwing things in there. I know some of these are too long, so we might have a little mismatch going on, but whatever, we'll figure it out. All right, so here's the shifter side. And let's get this on there. For the peg. And let's just get this bad boy on there. There we go. There we go. All right, it's all dialed in. Pretty easy. Just get these 3 bolts. For some reason this side has 3 go into the frame, so this just connects into the frame. Hold your pedal on, and then it's got 4 bolt holes for your kickstand. But yeah, it's all dialed in. Yeah, all I gotta do is put this mongoloid thing on, which I'm gonna loosely put on here. There it is. Pretty fancy stuff. Let's do the brake side. All right, we're on the brake side. Luckily, they had these at the hardware store because they didn't come with the brake side of it. Came with everything, so I can't complain, but it didn't come with these bolts. But the other goofy thing is, you can't get to the darn things. So you have to take this brake apart because obviously I can't get the bolt in there. So I'm gonna do that. Throw this bad boy on there and touch up this mongoloid foot pedal and go from there. All right, after a bunch of waffling around, I got this bad boy on there. This is still loose, but I'll figure that out later. That's kind of the last piece of the puzzle. I still want to put some other pegs on here. So now that this thing's on here, I got a brake line to put on there. So now let's hook the brakes up and see if they work. So what I got here is a brake line hose. I'm gonna put this bad boy on the front, and I got like a 50-inch long one. I should have just bought one where I could make it, because this one's pretty freaking long. I got this brake hose, ran underneath the frame loosely. I really just want to get it to where it sits in this thing properly, and then I'll work my way back. But I got new coppers for my banjo bolt, and they were kind of hard to find. I had to go to the old motorcycle shop and get some, because they didn't have them at the hardware store. They gotta be super tight. It's pipe stuff, so you don't want to get crazy, and then I don't want it hitting the master cylinder. So it's darn near perfect. All right, excuse the lights. This is best we're gonna get. You can tell when I'm almost done with the project because I have stuff everywhere. I just keep chipping away and not putting shit away. You know, I'm swapping bars out, filing bolts down that are too long. It's just to the point where I'm almost done, so I'll clean it up all at once. But anyways, here's the brake line. So here's the banjo bolt coming out, and it's gonna wrap around down here underneath the frame. I've got it through, kind of hard to see with all this light. I got it through the frame, rolling through here. So it's gonna roll through here. I'll zip tie it all up, and then it'll probably have a big loop right here, straight to the brake. Okay, got a 9/16 is usually what they are. And just tighten this bad boy up. Kind of want it in a spot. I want the hose in a spot where it's not gonna hit anything. It's gonna be a good straight shot to where the next zip tie point is. And then I can put the electronics with it, just like that, probably. Little loop and then go backwards. But yeah, it's pretty tight already. Okay, I just realized that I need fluid, but I haven't used the .4 in a long time. So what I'm thinking is it might be old. Instead of just putting old .4 fluid in there and crying because it doesn't work, I'm just gonna go buy new stuff. It's cheap enough. I'm sure other bikes back here probably need a top off. But from what I know, if you have old .4, it absorbs water. It goes bad after a year or two, supposedly. You could probably use it and it'll be fine, but your shit will be all spongy. From now on, when I do a project, I'm gonna use new stuff. Especially with this, I just bought a brand new setup. Also, somebody gave me a vacuum brake bleeder. I don't know if all the parts are in here, so I'm gonna try to figure it out right now. Dang, also I got this thing. I don't know what this is. Smog. Damn. You never know what people got and they just give you shit. But anyways, I'm gonna set this up and see what happens before I go buy some more fluid. Well, guess what? There's no bottle in here. It's just the gun part, so that's pretty much trash. But I had to go to the old parts store and I also picked up some bleeder screws, because the one that's on here is in a circle. But these are like $5 for two, so definitely worth it. I'm gonna put one on my Sporty, because I rounded that one off too. But then I also got this thing we could try out. I'll put the link in the description. Let's fill this bad boy up, see what happens. Woo! She's a tight fit on there. So I got .4, poke a hole in the top, poke a hole in the bottom, I'll do that, poke two holes. I'm gonna sit here and do this, let the air jiggle out of it. You hear that? Yeah, so I'm gonna do this for a while. I'll get back to you. Comes out. See all those bubbles? That's the air coming out of the line. So a lot of time, you see that? There's a lot of air in it. The whole line is probably full of air. So you're gonna have to sit here and do this for a long time. I'm gonna have to sit here and do this for like 20 minutes. See, it's starting to go down. And then once it goes down not far enough, I'll put some more in there. I'll just keep doing this, and I'll show you what I do after that. It'll forever just push bubbles out. So what you gotta do is, that's why I got this. Normally if your system's already full and you're just bleeding it, which I do every once in a while, just bleed it and then add a little fluid in there. You don't have to do all this, you can just break the bleeder screw. Okay, so I got this bleeder thing. Right away, this freaking tube is so small. I could pour this back in the master cylinder, not waste too much, which would be cool. Yeah, the magnet is awesome. Put it on the bottle. Now I'm gonna put it on the little doohickey here on the brake. Woo, that one's a tight fit too. Okay, now we can do this. So what I do is I'll pump this bad boy. Gotta be careful because it's shooting out all over. There we go. This is what I'm doing. I got the wrench on the bleeder screw and the tube going up into the bottle here. This thing open, and then I'll jiggle this a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's filling it all up. And if I just barely do it, I can barely see bubbles coming out. So yeah, it's kind of a process since I don't have the little pressurized doohickey, which I might have to get one because the pedal's not even getting spongy or anything. It's just straight to the floor. But I'll keep hacking at it and I'll check in. All right, after quite a while, I got it all buttoned up. It just took me a while. I didn't really feel like filming it. I pushed the brake down, hold it down, crack the bleeder, let all the bubbles out and stuff, close it, pump it, do it again. And I did that for quite a while. So then the line I jiggled around, jiggle. And then I cracked the bleeder and I hit this with the rubber mallet. All kinds of bubbles came out. And I just kept doing stuff like that. And then I went back to repeat the process, crack it, pump it, crack it, pump it, crack it, pump it. It's dialed now. Whoa. Looking up how other people do it, maybe there's a trick or two. Hitting the master cylinder was one of the tricks, because you can get air trapped behind the brake caliper. So that was a good trick. A lot of bubbles came out when I started bashing on that thing with the rubber hammer. But otherwise, people were just saying, just filter it out. Filter, just pump, filter it, pump, and let it all come out the brake. So I did that. So after that, said and done, this side's done. I zip tied it all up. I got all buttoned up. And I'm just ready to move on to the other side. So I'm gonna leave it at this. And the other side, I gotta hook up all kinds of linkages and stuff. But man, forwards, any kind of lever or peg or anything for your bike, people want so much money for. I just didn't feel like fabricating anything. I haven't been in the mood, blah, blah, lots of excuses. I'm gonna have to get my ass in gear and start fabricating because this shit is expensive. Saying all that, it's a cool set. It doesn't really match the chopper vibe, but it's a swing arm. It'll be cool. That's all I got for you today. Next video, we're definitely gonna do the clutch side. dial the other side of the bike in, and this thing will be ready to rip. So hopefully next video we'll be kicking her over and full sending her down the street. But like, subscribe, tell me how you do your brakes, and where the hell did you get all your forward controls? Because I want to buy them all. Check out these videos, and thanks for checking me out.